Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV. Today is the day of the USBC Masters stepladder finals on Fox Sports 1 in approximately 1 hour, 2 p.m. Eastern. Five finalists are going to compete for the title. This is the pregame show prior to the start. We're going to talk storylines. We have some giveaways lined up on bowltv.com only, so be sure to set up that login today. We're going to talk to some of the players. We're on site. We're on the set at the National Bowling Stadium. It's going to be a fun hour leading up into the show, and then we're going to hand it over to Dave Ryan and Randy Peterson to call the action as we get closer and closer to a major championship. But let's bring in two of our three folks joining us here for the show today. So first, we're going to have Matt Cannizzaro joining. There's Matt. And then Jason Thomas. There he is from the NBS. Gentlemen, good morning.
Hi, Aaron.
Good morning. Good morning, Aaron Smith.
So, guys, we've had an amazing 5 days leading up to this, 3 grueling days of qualifying, 2 incredible match play rounds, highlighted by the most insane elimination final ever yesterday. I'm calling it. It's ever.
Yeah.
But
can't argue.
But we have 5 great competitors, 5 great storylines. Our top seed, Jesper Svensson from Sweden, a 10-time PBA Tour titleist looking for his second major. He said yesterday in an interview with us, very happy just to make his first telecast in a USBC event. So that's one step for him. The next is winning that last match, throwing 10 great shots, taking home the title. The number 2 seed, Thomas Larsen from Denmark, was so good in qualifying, average, I believe, over 225 in the match play portion. And just ran over people. Lost a little steam there at the end, but he's going to be tough to beat. Jason Sterner, number 3. What a story. 8 consecutive wins. And in game 18 yesterday, he had the front 9 to secure his spot. It was unbelievable. Chris Vi, the major machine. I just made that up right now. I don't know if that's going to stick or not. But all the guy does is make majors. Will today be the day that he gets that first win? And then Spencer Robarge, 18 years old, two-handed lefty, junior Team USA, has had success on every level. It's been so fun to watch him blossom as a young player. And now, big time, U.S. Open stepladder finals. But JT, it got probably a little bit too exciting for Spencer last night. But, I mean, yesterday was just amazing. Tell us a little bit more now that you've had some time to kind of think about it, just everything that went on yesterday.
Well, it was incredibly exciting. I mean, Spencer got off to a quick start, and then it came back to him a little bit, and he didn't do great in that final frame when he had a chance to lock up his spot. But fortunately, Sam Cooley for him wasn't able to step through the door, and now Spencer's on the show. He's got a new life. Whacked him early, and so we're going to have to watch for that on the show today. I really think he's going to have a great chance of getting through that first match against Chris Vi. And then, Jason Sterner's had a good look all week. Thomas Larsen's had a good look all week. Jesper Svensson, I think, has had an okay look all week. So we'll get to some predictions later. But I would expect to see Spencer get through that first match against Chris Vi, because Chris Vi's reaction has been either hot or cold. So if Chris Vi doesn't have a very good look at the start of the show, I look to see Spencer move into that second match. And then, gosh, anything can happen at that point. If the kid gets a little bit of confidence, look out.
Matt, for you got the opportunity to talk to Jesper as the top overall seed. Talk a little bit about his demeanor heading into this. It seemed like, he, as JT said, it was kind of he caught the right people at the right time to make it to the finals. So talk about how he's going to get this done in one game.
Well, they call him the Iceman on the show. He is very calm and collected, but you're absolutely right. He did not wow the crowd with his big scores this week in qualifying or in match play. Kind of took advantage of the format a little bit, and he caught the right people at the right time and bowled just enough to get by. Maybe one set over 650 the entire way, averaged just around 201 in qualifying. So he's going to need to come up with a new strategy. It's going to take more than 2-0 to win this event. He watched Spencer a little bit yesterday during their match, came up with some new ideas. I know that they'll work through some things, and they'll keep an eye on the matches leading up to that championship. Of course, Jesper's strategy will depend on what Spencer does along the way, how many games he gets to bowl, and they'll certainly be able to pivot as necessary. But he's going to have to come up with something to pile on those strikes, because 208 or so isn't going to get this done today.
All right, everybody. We had 3 players make it from the elimination bracket match last night. Sam Cooley, unfortunately, bowled phenomenal, but could not get the double in the 10th frame when he needed it. We talked to all 3 players who advanced: Jason Sterner, Chris Vi, and Spencer Robarge. So sit back and take a listen to what they had to say about their performances in those final games, and especially coming down the stretch to earn a spot here on the TV show.
After 2 games, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm pretty well on the show. I mean, I've got 40 on 2 of them and 60 on the other. I mean, I don't think they're going to catch up to me. And they did exactly what professional bowlers do. They all started striking. They found a little bit of an area. Jason started with, I think, the front 9, and Chris had 279 going into the 10th. They did exactly what I expected them to do, but it's definitely a really tough place to be when you're up by that much, with so much riding on it, and you can just see it kind of whittling away. I don't feel good about the Brooklyn. I would rather have that shot back, and if I threw a good one that didn't strike, I think I'd be okay with that too. But winning on a Brooklyn, it doesn't feel right. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I have a little bit of an advantage because I bowled PBA Junior a month and a half ago, maybe. So I'm hoping that I can make a run tomorrow. But even if I don't, if I lose my first match, this has been the greatest week of bowling in my entire life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously extremely tricky. They've been hard from the get-go. As you can tell, I think the cut was like 50 under or something like that. So it was a big grind, and it was an interesting kind of with the COVID protocols, moving to some pairs that really only had another game on it, and then you would go to another pair that had 2. So it was just kind of a little funky week, funky qualifying, which could have played a part in the scores. The match play scores seemed to be a bit higher, and yeah, I mean, grind is absolutely what it was. I lost my second match, and so then I think I bowled 7 or so matches today, or 6 matches in the final 4, I think. So yeah, a lot of bowling. It's a long day, but ready to get back at it tomorrow. Well, I didn't really execute the way I wanted to the first couple of games. I just wasn't really comfortable with what I was seeing on the lanes. Ball wasn't going through the pins the right way, and talked to my ball rep and finally was able to settle down and get into the right part of the lane and make something happen that last game.
Oh, dude, cloud 9. I mean, all the hard work over the COVID months and the prep with the Bowl U. I mean, it put me in a position to finally show up and get the job done. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to stay in it and keep myself mentally tough, even though I lost the first round. To go through 8 matches. I mean, you had to be physically conditioned, and I did that, and it paid off. So on just a whole nother level high, man. First major show, it's sick. It's hard to put into words, really. I felt pretty good in the first game and a half, and then I felt my look starting to go. Probably two extra guys on the pair, and Eric, he caught me. He's like, "Look, dude, like before you go left, which is about what was going to happen, I think you need to move back right, play with your speed, play with your loft, and cut your rev rate out. Do what you got to do what you've been doing all day." And that's what I did. I basically stood back on top of where I started, dropped the rev rate out, and threw 8 good shots, and got some breaks along the way. But I would have never thought that it would have turned out to be 3 people at 80 over after the first 2 games. But I got enough, so thank God.
All right, folks, a lot of great stuff there, and that video put together by our 4th member of the team here at the USBC Masters. And folks, if I was saying US Open, I'm just crazy. That's all. This is a Masters. But long week. We're going to bring in Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling, who is actually our roving reporter at the moment inside the NBS. So, Michael, hello.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Little low, but just yell.
So, I'm here with Kimberly Postler right now. I put her on the spot. She had no idea I was doing this.
Hi.
Kimberly, looking forward to the show today? What kind of coach do you have today?
All right, so I'm working on a show right now, and we're talking about the fact that I actually not only this Saturday, but this throughout the whole week. But the fact that you guys do the show, I took 21 matches yesterday. We were here at 9 a.m. to the lead until, 9:30 last night. So it's a of the speed game. And then they're up here bright early, and you look good. Just on practice. What do you think of practice?
Oh yeah, I just watched him throw some balls. We got red oil today. We're gonna show you.
So rad. It looks so good.
Have a great show, Kimberly.
Thank you, and happy Easter.
All right, so I'm just gonna roam around and see who I can get here, but I want to show everybody the lane and try not to get kicked out of here. So take a look at this. Day 2 of Odyssey. Okay.
Mike, you're a little hard to hear, but it is a good camera shot. Let's get a shot of what you're looking at because we're rolling out a new color of oil today. There it is, the red oil. I'm a big Star Wars fan. People that are Star Wars fans, they know that there's the Jedi and the Sith, and the Sith is the red color. So I'm going to name this the Sith Happens oil pattern, guys.
That seems appropriate, JT, for what the guys went through in qualifying, the guys and the gals. Absolutely brutal condition, 40 feet. But we're going to take another look at it. Mike, we're going to step away from you for just a second. And we are actually going to go to one of the practice pairs to take a look at it. Not quite up and running yet, but that's what it looks like, folks. So that's what you're going to see on the FS1 show for the Masters here in just a little bit. That sticks out quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. Seeing it right now, that is phenomenal. It's going to be interesting to see how that ends up getting beat up on the pattern and kind of showing the transition. You know, obviously, we expect Jason and Thomas to kind of be in the same area. They were kind of there all week. Spencer and Jesper on the left side. And then Chris is kind of the wild card in all this and how he'll break the pattern down. We've seen him, as you mentioned earlier, kind of having some being hot and cold throughout his matches. So usually finding something a little bit later. So potentially if he is able to win that first match against Spencer and something starts to open up like we saw in that final match, he could be some trouble for these guys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, let's talk a little bit about how we think this show is going to unfold, gentlemen. You know, Chris, like you said, hasn't had a great look early in his matches, but then once he's found something, he's had an incredible look. We saw him shoot 270 last night in Game 3. The good news for Chris is they got a lot of time to bowl on the pair prior to the matches. So they are going to be a little bit broken down. But look, in that first match, if Chris Fye does not have a good ball reaction right out of the gate, he's going to be gone. Spencer Robarge is going to take that match, and he'll move on into match 2. Jason Sterner is probably going to have a good look. He's had a good look all week. If he can get through that match with Spencer, it's going to be a barn burner between him and Thomas Larson. And whoever wins that match, in my opinion, is going to go on to become the 2021 Masters champion. I know Svensson is a fantastic bowler. He's got incredible experience, but just from a ball reaction standpoint, I really don't see him having a ball reaction that's going to be able to compete with either Thomas Larson or Jason Sterner. So my pick, whoever wins that semifinal match, I think it's going to be between Sterner and Larson is going to win the Masters. That's my pick. And if I had to pick one, if you're only going to give me one, I'm going to go with Thomas Larson.
All right, JT. In talking about Jesper's scores, I believe outside of a 680 effort in one match, most of his wins were, from the 580, 590 up to 640 range. So it was about, grinding out the pattern. Obviously, it's been very tough all week. 40-foot condition, 30 mils of volume that caused, as we saw in the promo clip from Chris, took -50, essentially. -51 was the final tally to advance to the top 64 this week. But yes, I think the one thing working in Chris's advantage is that, even though Spencer's been on TV before, is that this is his first major telecast. Chris has about, it feels like 15 of them in a row now under his belt. And Chris keeps putting himself in position to win. And that's what we always say. If you continue to put yourself in position to win, it's going to happen. The law of averages in bowling in these one-game matches works out. So I think that's why Vie's the wild card. If he can get comfortable in that first match, find something, potentially use the experience factor, and that works out for him over Spencer, I I just think he's the sneaky one to watch, because if he finds something, I think he might be able to run this ladder.
That's a good point, Aaron. But he's got to get through that first match. I think that's the key. If he's got a good ball reaction, like I said, out of the gate, look out for him. If not, and the other good news is he doesn't have anybody in the middle part of the lane that's going to be messing with his ball reaction. Larson and Sterner are both going to be way right of him. So Chris is going to be able to manipulate the lanes exactly how he wants them. And again, if he's got a good ball reaction coming out of the gate and he gets by Spencer, he could be a lot of trouble.
All right, let's bring Mike back in again. We're going to do a quick sound check here to make sure he's good to go. So he's volume a little low. So Mike, welcome back.
Yeah, guys, I took the AirPods out. Is this any better?
Much better. Much better.
The silky tones of Mike Flanagan.
So it's a work in progress, everybody. So here, I'm going to bring you exclusive content right here. I'm here with my man, Thomas Larson. Thomas, tell us a little bit about the night of sleep that you got and your game plan for today.
I had a little hard time falling asleep, but slept pretty well, so it was nice. Game plan, throw a lot of good shots, see what the other guys do, and kind of take it from there. Only little issue I had when we practiced over there, the ball return has a big box on the top of it, so you have to move it every time to get far enough right to where I played all week. So see if that becomes an issue or a help.
So you're saying on the left lane, you're going to be moving the ball return box?
Yeah, it definitely looked like me and Chris are probably going to be moving the ball return on the left lane, or me and Sterner, and then going to be moving the ball return on the left lane, and Spencer's going to be moving it on the right lane.
Really? That's definitely going to be something interesting to look for. So an opportunity for your first major, man. What a grueling oil pattern this week. You think they're going to be as tough on TV today as they were all week, or do you guys think you'll break them down a little better?
Well, they made it look like blood, so I figure it's going to be just as tough on TV.
All right, Thomas. Well, good luck to you, man. We really appreciate the time, and we know you got a lot of fans back home rooting for you.
Yep, at least they'll be able to watch today. That's good.
All right, brother. So there's Thomas Larson. Did that come through okay, everybody?
Yeah, it was great.
Sounded great, Mike.
All right, cool. Going by?
Yeah, let's get more. I mean, that was an interesting perspective there. I mean, that makes me maybe rethink my prediction a little bit and give Chris Vi a little bit better chance, because he's not going to have to mess with that ball return at all throughout the whole stepladder finals. He'll be well left of it.
Yeah, look, you see me on the screen there. Look how cool this is. Let me see. Let me see if I can get Chris Vi real quick. Chris, you got a minute?
Yeah.
All right, I'm here with Chris Vi. Chris, what are you thinking going into this red oil today?
Well, I try to match it. We'll see if it pays in my favor, but I think everyone kind of had the same idea. So, I don't know. It's a little interesting for sure. Definitely a different look than the blue, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it looks good on TV.
Is the ball return an issue at all for you?
No, I don't plan to be anywhere near it. Even when I shoot spares, it's really kind of out of the way, so not a big deal.
Any questions for Chris, guys? I think he can hear you just fine.
Yeah, Chris, this is Jason Thomas. How you doing today?
How are you?
Good. We talked a little bit about, the fact that you've had a really good look, usually kind of later in matches. Do you feel like the fact that you got to practice on the pair and get them a little bit more set up how you like them is going to give you an advantage once the show gets underway?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because they're still going to be fresh. They're going to be tighter just because it's the TV pair. So I feel like I'm going to need to bowl pretty well this first match to be able to win it. Obviously, Spencer has a really good look. And so, yeah, hopefully we can execute really well today and make some good shots, get through that first game, and hopefully find some rhythm in the middle part of the lane.
Do you feel like if you get through that first game, you're going to be a handful for the rest of the players in the field?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Like I said, once I can get to the middle part of the lane, just kind of like the last night in the Final Four match, I was patient enough. Wasn't throwing it great, but I was patient enough to know that once I got into that middle part of the lane, I could put up a big game, and I was able to do so.
Hey,
I
Chris.
gotta ask bowling balls. What's it going to be on the show today?
Bowling ball wise, it looks like High Road Max is probably going to get some play again. Urethane obviously is going to be available to me. It hasn't looked great for me for probably the last 5 or 6 matches or so. So it's probably not going to be urethane, but you never know. Another re-oil, we'll see what happens.
Aaron Smith, you got one?
I do. Since Mike kind of stole my question, I'm going to ask a fun question. With that green High Road Max, is the red oil making it look like Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Let me show it to you.
Oh, he's going to show us. All right, we're going to go find it. Go up here to the practice pair.
Wow. Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It is it's colorful for sure. So we'll see.
It's the High Road Christmas edition
Yeah.
on Easter.
It almost kind of looks brownish mixed with this green, but we'll see. Hopefully it does the trick.
Absolutely. Well, good luck,
All right, well,
Chris.
thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, doing the best I can down here. I'll see what else I can find. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And we get the full
Yeah, we got
the full replay here
time machine.
of Mike's works. I'm a big fan of this.
Time machine.
All right. As we get ready for, once again, we got about 40 minutes till the start of the show. For the folks watching on bulltv.com, this is going to be your lucky time. And if you're watching on Facebook or our YouTube channel, head over to bulltv.com. We're going to have our first of 2 giveaways. So a Bose speaker is going to go to one lucky individual watching on bulltv.com only. So set up a login. It's login only for the pregame and the postgame show. So be sure to look for that. It's going to be in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We'll prompt it one more time before we get there. But, now that we have a chance to talk to a few folks, JT, how you feeling about Chris Vi now that we got some additional insight there?
A little better. I mean, the ball return thing, it scares me a little bit for those 2 guys, for Thomas Larson and for Jason Sterner. The fact that they're going to get to practice on them and Chris is going to have a chance to kind of set them up for himself. Like I said, if he's got a good ball reaction going in and he can get by Spencer, who's also had a pretty good look at the beginning of blocks, he could be a handful for the rest of the field. All
right. Now we're gonna go ahead and start this giveaway. So, folks, if you're watching on Bull TV, once again, this is the only place you can win this at. You're going to see it pop up in the bottom left-hand corner. If you're in full screen, take it out just to play it safe. You'll have a countdown, and then you'll see another countdown, and a button will pop up. It'll say submit entry. That's all you have to do to be entered to win. So good luck, everybody. We're going to get that started up here in just a second. But we're going to have a special guest join us as well. This lady knows a little something about our number 5 seed. So we're actually going to bring in Spencer Robarge's mom, Susan, to the show. So Susan coming to us remotely from Reno, I believe. And let's welcome her in. Hi, Susan. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Bowl TV and the pregame show. And how much fun has this week been for you?
This has been incredible. We had no idea that we'd be where we are today, but it's awesome.
Susan, I know you're probably going to be climbing up the walls there watching the show. Unfortunately, because of the protocols, no spectators allowed in the building. But how's it going to be watching that show from your room?
It's going to be a little bit different. He's bowled on TV 4 times, but never live. So I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be intense and nerve-wracking like it was last night, but so incredibly awesome. I'm so happy for him, and wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, Susan, Spencer is clearly wise and mature beyond his years on the lanes and in talking to him as well. So you've done a great job there. But this week, especially without being in the venue to support him, what has your role been like, and what has it been like when he gets back to the room at night after what probably is an exhausting day, but very rewarding as well?
He's just pretty even keel. He's an old soul. One of our friends flew out here to like kind of be my support system, and they played poker every night, here in the room, and he's just a kid, there doesn't seem to be any nerves or anything. It's just him. So
Now, we've seen a lot of great pictures of him doing this since he was 5 or 6 years old with the pros, and almost as if he was destined for this, whether, the trophies and awards and all the things he's accomplished and all the steps along the way. Have you guys talked about what this experience means and what it would mean to find success on today's show, even a win or lose?
He told me he doesn't really get excited about much of anything because he's just that way. But he told me, he said, this has been the absolute best week of my whole life. He goes, I don't care really what place I finish. Of course he wants to win, but so does everybody else. But just the whole experience and being, in the same realm with, who he's bowling with, it's a dream come true. So it's great.
Well,
Susan. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, Susan, we do have a special guest joining. So one last opportunity to say good luck to the young man himself. So let's bring in Spencer. Hi, Spencer.
Hey.
Hey, bud.
Spencer, how fun has this experience been the past couple of days? And just kind of talk to us about, how you felt last night and waking up today, getting ready for the show.
It's incredible. Last night was a whirlwind. I went from thinking that I was completely in to not in to maybe to, yeah, I'm in. And I slept fine. I'm so physically and mentally exhausted that I don't think I was going to be able to stay awake last night. So, but, we're here now and, we're ready to go. So.
Spencer, I know when I grew up bowling juniors, my mom drove me all over the place, and she loved every minute of it. I think maybe not every minute of it, but she certainly enjoyed it. It was one of the best parts of our lives when we talk about it. Do you have anything you want to say to your mom? About all the years of toting you around to all these bowling tournaments, and now here you are living your dream in the Masters finals.
Thank you. Because I definitely wouldn't have been able to do any of the stuff that I've done without her. A lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, a lot of miles driven, a lot of pictures of me sleeping in the car. It's been great, and I'm so appreciative that we've been able to do it, and I look forward to the future.
Susan, that's great stuff, and it's always great to be thankful. But Susan, is there kind of one word or one sentence you could describe your feelings about this moment, seeing your son bowl for the Masters title at can possibly become the youngest to ever win it?
Amazing. And thankful, very thankful to everybody who supported us, supports us. Our phones have blown up since last night, and the love and support that's being shown, and especially I want to say also to the competitors. Spencer mentioned to me about how so many of the competitors have been so and words of wisdom and good luck wishes and everything else, and that really, really means a lot as a mom. So thank you everyone.
Well, Susan, thank you for joining us here. It was great to get to see you connect with Spencer one more time before the show starts up in about a half an hour. So thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everything you've been able to do for Spencer in helping him or bring him to us on the national scene, so we get to see him compete. It's been so fun. So thank you, and enjoy watching the show today.
Thank you guys for everything you do. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Susan. All right, and with that, we started to hear pinfall throughout the course of the match. So let's go to the practice pair and take a look. And
Thomas Larsson still striking, guys. It's like all week.
Well, now, guys, looking at the stats again, 64 players made the bracket, 3-game matches, double elimination. That is a ton of games, and through that, only 19 sets of 700 or better, and Thomas Larsson had 3 of them. I think overall, he had the best look, obviously, and some of the best scores the entire week. So He's won before, twice, as a matter of fact. It's been a while, and none have come on U.S. soil. So I know that's something that he is very hopeful for, to be able to win a PBA Tour title in the United States. Certainly, he, again, has the best look, I think, on the show. Jason Sterner, at the same time, had an epiphany last night. He figured something out in that 4-player shootout when he had the front 9 in the last game. It was a simple thing. He was about to move left, as he said, and ended up staying where he was and amping up the ball speed a little bit, taking some revs away, and found it. So I think those are the 2 top contenders today. In the first match, Spencer has had a great look on the fresh all week long, and then has struggled a little bit as they've transitioned. I think that hurts him, even if he gets through the first match, and I think that hurts Jesper Svensson as well later in the event here. So if I was going to pick between the 2, I think we're going to win. I think Sterner and Larson are going to have a great match, and whoever gets through that is going to win this event.
Maddie coming around to the dark side and thinking like JT, huh?
Keep him coming with the Star Wars references, JT.
That's right. Sith happens, baby. Sith happens.
I'm going to go with the wild card. As good as Thomas and Jason have been, and if either of them win this title based off of everything you guys have said, I would not be surprised. But Chris Vi has just been so close so many times here to just make this run and get this win. And the fact that he's doing something on the lanes that no one else is doing, I just feel he's going to work his way through that first match. He's going to find something. We saw the game plan work in the Barnes match and then in the 4-way shootout round of working the first game with that high road max and then making the ball change, moving in, and then having something that no one else had. So I think he's comfortable under the lights. You know, he's had all these opportunities to bowl on TV. You know, for Sterner, we talked about, you know, not so many opportunities. He had one at the World Series. For Thomas Larson, it's been a while. I think Chris, if he can get through this first match, I think he's going to find something, and I think we could potentially see him running the ladder to claim the Masters.
Guys, it looks like Mike Flanagan's got a shot of the trophy for us. If we want to hand over to him. And Mike, you have an update for us?
Yeah, that's the trophy, guys, right down here on the lane side. That's what they're competing for, and here's a good look at the lanes.
Yeah, I like
24.
I like Chris Vi's comment about the Bloody Sunday. You too, baby. You too on Easter Sunday.
It's a little loud here, guys, but hey, here's Tom Clark.
Does anybody watching at home remember who Jesper beat with the 2015 World Series of Bowling? It was downstairs at the National Bowling Stadium on Chameleon. It was his first title. I'm not recalling it. So we got to mention.
That's a great question.
Nobody?
I don't recall. Who was it, Tom?
I'm asking.
Oh, you don't remember either. Nobody remembers.
It was Pascal. He beat Pascal 267 to 193.
Oh, Pascal Winterheimer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm going to tell the crew.
There you go.
he's running down TV notes. I love it.
How great is that? Hey, I got something else for you here. Randy just said his name out loud.
Good news travels fast on the Fox set.
That's some teamwork right there, guys. That's what we do. Hashtag teamwork.
Yeah, we just helped them. What else do they need? I wonder if they need some gaff tape or something.
Mike, I figured you were just going to stay out there and be the foul line judge as well.
Yeah, and hey, I want to apologize to everybody for the shakiness. Maybe one of these days I'll get a cameraman to follow me around. But I'm actually I'm going up in the booth here, guys. It's where they call the action.
For the record, Thomas Larson also on that show.
Oh, hey, check this out.
That's a nice little nugget. Let's go back and tell Tom Clark. Yeah, that's the vantage point that you're going to see that Randy Peterson and Dave Ryan are going to watch the show from. There's the telestrator that Mike just showed. Randy gets to draw pictures on it, which is a lot of fun. But the booth is a little bit back. They've got plexiglass up so that Randy and Dave can yell really loud and not bother the players. But what a cool set here at the National Bowling Stadium for the Masters Finals.
Yes, I'm trying to do what I can here with the cell phone, guys. Back to you guys in the booth. I'll see what else I can figure out.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Oh, that's just me. Let's get everybody. There we go. All right. Talking about TV notes, shout out to Kelly Bonta for sending a fun note yesterday after the show, after Spencer advanced. And he's changed since we last talked to him. My goodness. He is TV show ready. He's got the pants.
Yeah, he came in this morning and he had the black pants on with the red shirt, and I was kind of disappointed. I was like, hey, what's going on? You had the cool pants on all week, and now you're just going to wear black? And he's like, no, I'm going to change. He said, I'm going to wear the Stars and Stripes pants that I had on yesterday, which is appropriate given the venue, the Masters, and then, of course, later today, we get underway with the U.S. Open, guys.
Well, that's veteran stuff right there. You got to have your practice pants and your game day, your game worn uniform. That's just how it is. It comes with experience.
Absolutely. But getting back to that fun TV note, Kelly Bonta sent in. He said, "Hey, you guys realized Spencer's going to Wichita State next year, and he's going to be coached by Rick Steelsmith, who won the U.S. or I almost said again, the USBC Masters, then the ABC Masters, as an amateur back in 1987. So, essentially coming full circle here for that connection. And also, Matt, a funny note that you pointed out yesterday, the last amateur to win the Masters, I almost said U.S. Open again. I'm already thinking about the PTQ. The last amateur to win was Brett Wolf in this building in 2002. Also, the same year Spencer was born.
So it all comes around. That is great stuff, and that puts it in perspective for sure. That was a fun set. Hope we get to use that one a little bit today.
And as we mentioned it a couple times just now, guys, but after we're done here, after the show, we're going to have a post game show. We're going to talk to the champion, get some insight and maybe some tears. And then a couple hours after that, we're going to be covering on Bowl TV the start of the U.S. Open with the PTQ at 5:30 p.m. local time.
All right, we're going to go back to Mike Flanagan here, folks. He's got Jason Sterner. Mike, take it away.
Hey, guys, I'm here with Jason Sterner. Jason, how you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. My body feels good. Mind's right. So I'm just going to go out there and hopefully bowl 3 games and walk away with the trophy.
Any guys in the booth have a question for Jason?
Yeah, I do. Jason, you've had a fantastic look all week long. We kind of made some predictions on who we thought. We figured it would be you and Thomas Larson in the semifinal, and whoever would win that match would more than likely go on to win the title. Is that how you're thinking right now? And if you do happen to bowl Larson, what's going to differentiate? You guys have been playing the lane similar, but obviously
he's got to go bowl.
Okay, gotcha.
Go. Yep, sorry, we tried. Hey,
yeah,
that's why it's a pregame show. Got to go to work.
All right, Mike, way to intervene there.
You can kind of see how hectic it is here. They just got the call to go over there. Everything's timed perfectly here. So I can show you him bowling.
Me and my long questions, guys.
Yeah, I kind of got you that time. All right, here we go. I'm just going to record the lanes here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on these sets so many times in my life, and as you get down to about 20 minutes before showtime, the tension, you could just feel it down on the set. The players come in, they start practicing, they have to start making decisions. Ball reps are talking back and forth, with strategy. The TV crews getting ready for to go on the air, especially for a live show. There's so much tension down there on the set. I don't know if you guys can feel it just watching, but I can feel it from back here.
Yeah, that's a great point, JT. When you think about all the things that are going on, these players have the the TV responsibilities, the notes that we talked about, all that going on. The practice is you're here at this time, then you're here at this time, and it's back and forth. It's a lot going on, and obviously at the end of it all, you still have to bowl for a title. You have to put together the 10 best frames you can. So we certainly appreciate the players for giving us this insight, these quick peeks throughout the course of it. But yes, certainly time for business here in about 20 minutes.
And the way these practice sessions break out is they do them in sections. So certain seeds get to practice for a few minutes, then they'll bring on additional seeds, and then as we get closer to show, it'll be the final two players that will be bowling in the opening match with the lanes. So there's certainly a strategy to the order in which you're able to go out and practice. These guys here, again, have had a really good look all week. And it feels like they kind of help each other because Larson's able to throw reactive a little bit further to the right, whereas Sterner's throwing urethane a little bit to the left. So they're both giving each other a better look. Sterner's given Larson a little bit of hold, and Larson has given Sterner a little bit of room to the right to throw to. So again, that's why I feel like whoever wins that match in the semifinal, assuming Jason Sterner can get there, is probably going to have the advantage going into the title match. But if Jesper Svensson can put together a fantastic performance and out bowl the ball reaction he's had all week, or possibly have a good ball reaction, he could be coming home with his second major. But again, I think it's going to be these two guys in the semis, and whoever wins that match is going to take home the Masters title.
I think the one good thing for Jesper, especially with Spencer being in the opening match, is that typically he will get opportunities to hit the lanes in between matches too. And there's Damon Sirocco taking care of business all week at the NBS. He will get opportunities to kind of take a quick look to see how the left side is kind of forming from what Spencer is doing. So he'll have time to make his adjustments to get ready for that as well.
And also should mention, we had a couple of folks in the chat asking, if this is going to be broadcast on Flow Bowling internationally, and we've got a couple of the international players on the show, and the answer is yes. It will be on FS1 here in the United States, and it will be broadcast internationally via Flow Bowling.
All right. Speaking of Jesper, let's give Mike's arms a quick break there. We'll go back to the practice pair. We see Jesper looks like he's getting ready to throw a couple shots. As we haven't had the opportunity to see him out there just yet, but folks, as we get ready for let's see, it's about 15 minutes out. Let's get this final giveaway on bowltv.com only underway. Sony wireless headphones. That's what we're going to be giving away. One lucky winner. You got about 2 minutes. We'll watch a couple shots here from Spence. You'll have to head over bowltv.com. Coming up soon. Sony wireless headphones. One lucky viewer will take some home. There's Chris Vi.
Yeah, and I'll mention, Aaron, it's free to start a login. There's some free content over on Bowl TV. So even if you don't ever plan to subscribe, which you should, you want to set it up just to give yourself a chance to win prizes and also see some of the free content that we've got on Bowl TV. But if you've mentioned it all week, Aaron, as soon as the US Open, we've got one more event here this week, the US Open. But then the PWBA Tour gets underway. We've got the wrap-up of the collegiate season with the sectionals event coming up in the week after the U.S. Open, and then the ITC Nationals. And then by then, the PWBA Tour season is going to be in full swing, and an expanded season, 20 events. You're going to want to get your Bowl TV subscription to watch that.
Absolutely. A couple options moving ahead to the U.S. Open and beyond. $8.95 just for the U.S. Open to watch the live events. But for $1 more, as you mentioned, JT, the monthly recurring subscription gets you the opportunity to get a couple PWBA Tour events, sectionals, and the U.S. Open, and unlock the entire site of archived events, coaching, backstage, historical, all that good stuff. Mike, we're going to go back to you on the TV set since it looks like the whole party's over there now. And after we do that, we're going to go ahead and start our giveaway, folks. Once again, all you have to do to win, you'll see a prompt in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's going to say a countdown is underway. It'll take about 60 seconds, and then another prompt will come up. We'll have about 45 seconds after that. It will say submit entry. That's all you have to do is click that submit entry button. If you're in full screen, you might want to take it out so you can see the chat and everything. There's our first look at Jesper. Rocking the all black today.
Got about 15 minutes to showtime, man. I can feel the excitement. What about you guys?
Always excited, JT. Always excited for a major. It's been so amazing throughout the course of this week. It's the Masters.
Well, and it's been a long time. It's been over a year since we've gotten to do this. So the feeling is phenomenal. And to see that trophy hoisted at the end, definitely a rush of emotions for us as well. I mean, just being bowling fans and being able to tell these stories is a phenomenal honor as well.
And Matt, talking to that point, being so long, 2019, when you kind of think of the makeup of that show as well, that was, you had kind of the one established player who's has had multiple wins on tour, Jacob Buttriff, who ended up collecting that first major. And then some guys kind of a little bit newer to the scene or who hadn't been on TV in a while, making it to that show. So kind of a similar feel to that here. But, these guys have bowled phenomenal throughout the course of the week. And, we're going to have a brand new Masters champion to add to the list. That storied historic list that goes back to 1951.
Yeah, and you mentioned a great word there, Aaron, and that's history. And every time there's a PBA event or a PWPA event, it is history because it goes in the record books. Every time you win a title, it's a major accomplishment. But there is some real history that could be made today. We could have the first Swedish player ever to win a Masters. We could have the first Danish player, and Thomas Larsson, who we're looking at right now, win the Masters. Chris Vai could win his first major, and he's been so close in the last several. And we could have the youngest Masters champion in the history of the sport today, which would be an unbelievable thing to have happen. And I don't want to forget either, Jason Sterner could notch his first major title. Been a really, really solid player out here on tour for a long time.
All right, folks, less than 15 minutes until showtime on Fox Sports 1. Mike, for you, is it, are you getting that major feel? Are you getting amped for this as well?
Doesn't sound like Mike can hear us, but Mike, if you can hear us.
Yeah, was that a question for me? It's a little loud down here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm watching ball reaction, and I know we're on a little bit of a delay. But Jesper has thrown 2 in the gutter. Kind of weird. He's using reactive. He didn't even get over here right away. Kind of weird. But
Mike, do you have any ball reps down there that would be free to talk for a second?
Yeah, I can get one here.
Okay.
Let me get Chuck Gardner. Hey, Chuck, you got a second for us? Sure. I don't know how you're framed there, but hey, Chuck, talk about Jason Sterner's look and what the game plan is for the show.
Well, we're actually just working on the pattern right now. Him and Thomas are kind of working to the right a little bit and trying to blend it out so that they can stay out there to the right. So we're throwing a little bit of spare ball left of where they're going to be, a little bit of a dull ball to the right of where we're going to be, and trying to create a little bit of a spot there. Kind of the same thing Jesper's trying to do. Jesper's throwing a resin, it's actually throwing a resin ball and trying to create a hook spot so he has something to throw it into.
Thanks, man.
Good stuff there, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah,
let me see if I can get another one here. Maybe Jim Callahan. Jimmy, what are we watching here?
Just making sure to see how the lanes are transferring the way they're supposed to be. Keep an eye on Spencer. Make sure he's breaking lanes down correctly to the left, and make sure he gets enough hook to be able to make his ball off the lane correctly. And just making sure Thomas has a good look, and Jesper's just kind of pacing along. He's not really going to go into play here until he gets his practice shots before the semifinal match. So just kind of grinding along. Vi's doing what he's doing. You know, he's played him the same. He's kind of throwing a reactive ball up to second arrow in practice and then move left off of that. So we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right.
Good stuff there, guys. You mentioned Jesper with a couple gutter balls, and you see Spencer throw one there. You know, what's funny is Jason Belmonte on shows when prior to COVID and we had fans in the crowd, he would always come out his first shot in practice and dump one in the gutter just to kind of loosen up the crowd and get them going. And we know he's a trickster. He did the mask talking thing earlier this week, but I don't think these gutters that these guys are throwing are for effect. They're just not a lot of hook out there on the gutter.
And you saw Spencer right there. You know, we talked a little bit about it earlier with Thomas having to adjust the box there over the ball return. So first look at that. So potentially seeing that being a common trend here on the TV show for the guys getting close to that. Jason, Thomas, Spencer on the other lane as well.
Yeah, and you know, we've talked all week about the Masters being two different tournaments, and really you could say it's three different tournaments because the TV show is a completely different tournament from what they've seen all week. You know, they've got big lights on them, they've got red oil on the lanes, they've got, you know, big music playing in the background and the pressure of TV. So, you know, we've been talking here like we know what's going to happen. But, I mean, this is a completely different tournament from the two tournaments we've already seen this week.
Another test for these great competitors here at the Masters. And we're less than 10 minutes away, folks. It's about to happen. This is for real. They're going to kick Mike out soon of this area so the TV crew can get ready, start the show. Randy and Dave may have already gotten down, getting ready for their lead-ins to the show. Kimberly Pressler on site as well. 2 p.m. Eastern, just a couple minutes away. A big congratulations to our winners as well on bulltv.com. Our marketing team will be reaching out to you in the next couple of days to redeem those prizes. All right, looks like the connection got a little rough there, so we'll go back to this view. Guys, we're minutes away. Masters, let's go.
Yeah, I can't wait to sign off this show. Thank you everybody for watching. We've had a huge audience here this morning. Thanks for all the questions. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We are literally just a few minutes away from TV time on FS1. So be sure to get your popcorn ready, get your sofa ready, get the TV just right, and enjoy. We don't know what's going to happen. We pretend like we do. We made some predictions, but we're going to get to watch it all unfold and see who's right and who's wrong, who's going to take home the 2021 Masters Trophy in just about 7 minutes.
And folks, we prompted it on Facebook and on YouTube, but drop it in the comments right now. Who do you think is going to win the Masters in 2021? Will it be Jesper Svensson from the top seed, Thomas Larsson, Jason Sterner, Chris Vi, or Spencer Robarge? Let us know who you think is going to win. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff as we wrap up. And once again, we'll be back for the post-game show shortly after everything is wrapped up and the excitement on FS1 has come to a close. We'll have a champion, the fourth major champion of the 2021 PBA Tour season. It's been a fantastic experience to get up to this point, but we're ready for more. So let's see. Looks like Mike's got one more guest to come with us, so we're going to bring in Mike one more time. Mike, take it away.
Hey, we got 30 seconds with these guys. What do you think about the show? One question.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the lanes break down, what the scoring pace is going to be like, because this pattern, from what all of the competitors have told me, is the toughest pattern they pulled on all year.
Spencer Robarge is a great story. I love great stories. I love history, but it's Jesper's day. Jesper's the top seed. He's going to win it. No question about it.
And Jesper Svensson is my spirit animal.
There we go. Awesome stuff,
guys.
Mike.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Spirit animal achieved. All right, guys. There we are. What a week. What a week this Masters has been. And it's just going to get better here in the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes, this is happening. So with that, Mike, we're going to go let you get ready for the show and everything you're going to be doing. So thank you again for all the hard work this week. It's been so phenomenal. You and Kim just been rock stars. So thank you so much. All right, looked like he froze up a little bit there at the end, but we're making things happen. We got that interview in. Phenomenal job from Mike and the whole crew this week. So a big thank you to, the National Bowling Stadium, our hosts this week, for all the hard work to make sure the athletes, the staff, safe throughout the course of it. The USBC staff on site, Greg Moore, Rob Gottschall, Caitlin Nelson, Brandy Silva. There's probably a few other folks missing JT, but we know who you are. We love what you're doing out there. Keep it up. Stay safe. Guys, we're here. We're minutes away. Final thoughts before we shut this down and start watching ourselves.
Let's get it. Major Sunday, and we're only halfway there. One more event to go. Can't wait.
Yeah, I feel the same. I mean, I really am pulling for that Spencer Robarge story. I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see Jesper Svensson win the Masters. But again, my pick is Thomas Larson. I think he's got the best look. I think he's going to take it home today, become the first Danish player to win a major on the PBA Tour and the first one to win the Masters. That's my pick. I can't wait to see it unfold over on FS1.
All right, folks, we're signing off. It's time to go. FS1, if your TV's not on, start it up. It's happening. Fox Sports 1. USBC Masters 2021, National Bowling Stadium, Reno, Nevada, all taking place in just a couple of minutes. Dave, Ryan, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler on the call. We're going to have a major champion later today, folks. So once again, thank you for joining us for the pregame show here on BowlTV.com. We'll be back after the show wraps up. So for Mike Flanagan, Jason Thomas, Matt Candizzaro, I'm Aaron Smith. Thank you again for joining us. Enjoy the Masters show. And remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here. See you soon, everybody.